Hello, everyone. This is Ron. I'm at the end of the year. We made it. Well, a couple more days, but pretty much at the end of the year. I hope you had a good one. I hope you bought a lot of music. I know I wish I could, but I got quite a few. Um, I'm going to be doing two things in this video. First of all, thank you very much to all the guests that I had and the bands that have taken the time out of their busy schedule to talk to me. Um, there's quite a few of them, and I appreciate them very much. And I had a lot of fun talking with everybody. I mean, it's a great way to be make uh, friends with the community and kind of bring everybody closer. I hope people out there have watched one or two of the episodes over the course of the year. Um, that would be fantastic if you did. Um, I hope that I'll get more viewers, maybe some more subscribers. I mean, that would be pretty cool. Uh, Normally, I do my shows every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be doing at least two shows a month. One that's going to be with a musical guest, a band, or an artist, and the other one is going to be, a topic. Like in January, we're going to be talking about five favorite albums from 1975. That was a pretty good year, and I'm hoping to get a couple of guest panelists to help me out. Kind of flesh it out, give maybe at least an hour content time for people to check out the selections. So, like I said, I'm doing this video in two parts. The first part is going to be my 5 favorite albums from the year 2004. That was 20 years ago. Hard to believe it's been that long. But anyways, I'm going to start it off with a band, Big Big Train, and their 4th studio album, Gathering Speed, which is a concept album about a downed fighter pilot in World War II. This is the first one to feature vocals from Sean Filkins. This is really good. This is like a new chapter for them. After the 3 other albums, they had a different singer. Sean brings a little bit more to the picture, and he also, he's really good. I mean, I really enjoy his vocals. I have his solo album, fantastic. Starts off with a nice, airplane where it was crashing, the fighter pilot. So, I mean, it's really good. I mean, it's coming out. We got a nice artwork in here. I don't really have a favorite song because this is a kind of like a story. So each one is kind of like a chapter of sorts. But if you're a fan of what's going on with Big Big Train now, this is a good place to, if you haven't already gotten it, this is a good place to start. Of course, if you're a completist, you got to go to the beginning. But anyways, Big Big Train, Gathering Speed. The next one up is Marillion Marvels. Now, this is the double. Now, originally, this was only available through the band, and then they released a single CD, which was kind of like I bought that, and I knew I had to eventually get the original double. But when I finally got it, listened to it, it was great. I mean, they continue on. Hogarth is a really good singer. different than Fish. You know, I was in the old days, in that, you know, I thought Fish was better than Hobart. They're both good in their own way. Um, and Marillion sounds amazing. It's just very dreamy. There's a lot of long tracks on here, and it has the different little segments, marble segments in there. Really good album. I still enjoy it. I mean, to this day, I still listen to it quite frequently. It's good, very good. All right, the next one up is Pain of Salvation B. This is a monster of an album. It's a concept album, and also it tackles so many different musical styles within. They're truly a progressive metal band. I mean, they just go beyond the average progressive metal band, and they create something amazing. B can be interpreted so many different ways. So it's one of those concept albums that you have to, after you listen to it, this is not an album to listen to once. This is an album you have to listen to several times. And to be honest with you, I still don't fully understand it, but I just love them listening to this. I think this is one of their albums I listen to the most. And it just kind of, you can close your eyes and you can just go off and just listen to the music. It's really good, really good one. So if you're a fan of Pain of Salvation, you haven't gotten this one, or if you're new and you want something really, something different than what's around for that, you know, progressive metal, I would recommend that. Oh, right. The next one is Tangent and the World We Drive Through. I believe this was the last one with Ronnie Stolt. This is a fantastic supergroup of different musicians. You've got Andy Tillison, Ronnie Stolt, and quite a few other ones. And it has a very Canterbury-ish vibe to it, very English sounding. Again, it's one of those, you know, you can't stop listening to that. You know, I can't believe that it's 20 years that this has passed. Then they have one song, I cannot pronounce it. It's the last track. It's a bonus track, and it's very ambient. So, I mean, it shows the talents of Andy. You know, he do more than average prog keyboards. So there's that one. And the final one from 2004, my favorites, is White Willow, Storm Season. Now, I realize there's a new edition out. So if you don't have it, this is one to get. White Willow is a nice progressive rock band from Norway. And I first saw them, they came to Los Angeles to play, and I believe it was 1995. And I was hooked on them ever since. Something about the Scandinavian progressive rock, it captures me really well. And they went through several lineups, but each album is as good as the previous one, and sometimes even better. I have, out of these ones, I've interviewed Jacob from White Willow, Andy from the Tangent, excuse me. Those are from those. that's who I've interviewed so far. So you can check out those interviews. All right. Well, I mean, I was supposed to have some guests along to help, to go along with me on this, but this time of year, everybody's kind of busy and trying to get dates and everything down. So I decided to do it solo. Future shows that deal with favorite albums are going to have more than me. So you have a little bit more content. All right, the next thing that I'm going to be talking about are favorite albums of 2024 that I listened to the most. One of them, unfortunately, was only digital, so I will not be able to show you the cover, but I'll tell you their name and everything. And I'm going to leave that one for last after all the CDs. First one up is a nice progressive, I would say progressive metal or progressive rock with some metal in it. Age of Distraction. A Game of Shadows. Now this is one, I got to interview the band. This is a really good one from start to finish. You listen to it, and it has great hooks and melodies. My favorite track off of here is Protect Me, but the whole entire album is great. I've interviewed the singer, Charlie, on numerous occasions, and some of the other bands. This one's really good. If you like progressive rock with a little bit of a harder edge, I mean, I wouldn't say it's like full-on metal, but it's just harder. This is a good one. Great melodies. Awesome. Next one up is MC, Eternal Snapshots. This is Hasse Probert, and I got to interview this guy. He is a great person to talk with. This album, I mean, just something about this one. Again, I've listened to it so much. It's almost like imprinted in my mind. Same with the previous one, Age of Distraction. So many great tracks on here. If you haven't heard him, but you've heard him in the Flower Kings, but want to see, this is a really good one. I would kind of say this one is a good one to start with, and then work your way back and get the rest, which they're all fantastic. This is another great listen. All right, next up is Collapse the Wave. This is, I want to say this is one of my favorite modern American progressive rock bands. I think my top five. I won't let you know the other four, but the top five modern stuff. These lovely people keep on getting better with each album, and it's just you can't really beat their kind of music. It's really rich with melodies, male and female vocals, acoustic and electronic drums. It's modern, but yet it has its hold in the past, and it's really good. I have interviewed them as well. All right, next stop is a brand new band, and they put out their debut album. band. Excuse me. And I got to interview this guy and girls, and it is an amazing album. I've interviewed them before, and online on YouTube they do have demos of what some of them came out to hear. Again, this is another one I listen to a lot, and it's 2.5 months old. I can't stop listening to it. Really good stuff. Next one up is Opeth, Swollen Testament. As they say, the growls are back, but they're back in a different way than I noticed in previous albums when Michael did those growls. Then there's also a new element to it. I mean, it has a little bit of past, has a little bit of present, and something else going on. This is another album. I mean, I can't stop listening to it. Start it up, go all the way to the end, and you're ready to listen to it again. So if you were missing the growls, there it is. It's back. All right, next up, I have Palace, the Messenger. And this is the return of Alan Reed on vocals. And this is one of those the originators of the neo-prog of the 80s in Britain, and it's just a beautiful album. Again, just like everyone else, I've listened to it so many times. It's just I can't stop listening to it. It's just so good. All right. Next up is another band that Charlie from the Ghost of the Machine is in. It's called Shadows on Mercury. And it's a very similar vibe to Age of Distraction. Different people, the only common denominator is Charlie. What a great vocalist. I mean, I have to say, hands down, of the modern prog vocals, he's one of my favorites. Just has so much emotion in his voice. All right, next one up is The Tangent to Follow Polaris, also known as T41. This is basically just Andy by himself doing all the instruments. He said in an interview, he always wanted to do something like that. And the result are amazing songs. There's times that I hear his old band, Parallel or 90 Degrees, the music, the style inside of it. I'm not sure if it's conscious or not, but I like it. So it's pretty cool that he's done that. And this is the latest of theirs. And the last one that the most listened to albums of 2024 is Zombie, Direct, Indirect. I have been a fan for so many years, thanks to my good friend Elias back home. in LA, I should say Southern California. He got me into them. He said, dude, you got to listen to this band. And that was, I think that was about 20 years ago almost. Maybe 15 years ago. But anyways, great instrumental prog. It's almost like they're doing music for a soundtrack of a an imaginary movie, and just powerful drums and I'll tell you right off, the favorite for me on this thing is there's a song that's called "The Post-Atomic Horror," and that kind of sounds like it would be a title for like a 50s style horror movie, dealing with the atomic bomb or something. But it's a great band. I mean, you can't really go wrong if you like instrumental progressive. The earlier stuff had a little more, reminded me of kind of like what the band Goblin did and what John Carpenter, a little more towards what John Carpenter is doing. And they continue on with this. I leave it up to my friend to send me an email saying, hey, Ron, they got a new one out. So he kind of keeps me updated on that. Well, come to the conclusion of this show, and I will let you know that on January 25th is going to be 5 favorite albums from 1975. I haven't secured a guest yet, but I think I'll probably get someone. I should say a band, so I got a little time to maybe get someone in. If not, then January we'll just start off with favorite albums of 1975. So again, I want to thank everybody that has watched my videos. If you like, why don't you comment down below and tell me what your 5 favorite albums from 2004 is, and also what your favorite or the albums that you listen to the most in 2024 that were released in 2024. And I forgot one last album. This is the one, because this is digital, kind of makes me forget to mention it in some lists, because I always like to pull up the album. But this is a band out of Canada called Fen, F-E-N, and the album's Dear Mouse. They best described as alternative prog. They have qualities of grunge combined with progressive rock, and very good. The vocals are fantastic. I mean, you can hear that Doug has the most original voice to me. And it works perfectly in its music. And I got a chance to interview them too. So, check all of that stuff out in my videos. And I hope you all have a safe and happy New Year's Eve. If you go out places, be sure to have, and you drink, be sure to have a designated driver, and just be safe out there. I want to see you all next year. Take care for now.